BCM's all about whitetail, always has been. And there's no bigger whitetail fanatic than our good friend Allan Rovig of McWhorter Custom Rifles. Well, the last few years, Allan's been bitten by the elk bug. He went out to New Mexico last year, and only like Allan knows how to do, he found the monsters. He got an awesome elk last year. Well, this year he's going back. Let's see how he gets along.
Man, these big bulls are something else, and the place to go to kill a big bull, in my opinion, is New Mexico. Man, New Mexico is great. It's one of the few places that you can rifle hunt elk while they're still screaming, while they're still bugling. Well, it's official. I got a new addiction. I've always been a whitetail junkie, and now I'm an elk addict. Tell me, are the bulls screaming?
They're getting cranked off a little bit there. It's conditions are a little different than last year. We got a lot less water, so the patterns are a little different. So we'll just have to try our luck, get on some high spots, and try to glass some of the best bull we can find. Go inside and get you figured out, get your tag and license, and then they'll put you in, assign you to the cabin.
So we always get to camp a little early because we want to shoot the rifles. Even though we're driving them all the way out there, we always want to check them before we go on a hunt like this. And, this year we brought another 7 STW. This was built on a Borden action with a Hart number 5 contour, 8 twist barrel, 27 inches long plus a muzzle brake. We pillar bedded it in a McMillan game warden stock. It is topped with a Swarovski X5i. And we've got it's a 5-25 by 56, and we've got a custom yardage turret on it for the exact environmentals that we've got out here, 7,500 feet and 50 degrees, so we should be good on that. Got us a little flatline ops level on it. Today we're shooting a 195 grain Burger bullet, off the charts, high BC, and this bullet's going about 3,050 out of this 7 STW. So we're gonna send one down at 300 and see what she does. That's a dead bull. We start out right before daylight. At daylight, we get into a good spot to listen or to glass. You hear them bugle, and sometimes they're not on property you can hunt, sometimes they are. It's just the luck of the draw. Elk move around a whole lot. I mean, they're just they're big animals. They take big steps if you're trying to keep up with them. It's not like trying to stalk a whitetail. The area that we hunted the first day is right on the border. The private ground that we're hunting is right on the edge of state land. Those bulls ever feed out in that big flat mesa on top over there and then just drop back off these side hills? Or?
Yeah, that's what they do.
they'll get out on top and then work back to the cedars that are right on the edge of that rim, or drop down on those benches and bed.
Reno decided we were going to hunt an area that we'd hunted the year before called the Pomo. Now this is a really cool place. This is an old inactive volcano with the coolest rock formations you ever saw. We get settled in, we probably got 3 hours until dark, and we just glass and glass and glass. And we saw several elk that first day. We saw a couple of decent bulls.
There's some elk over here, Allan. See if we can't get him in the scope.
There they are, they're still right there in the shadows.
See, a couple cow and calf. Decent bull.
Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles, the most accurate hunting rifles in the world. Yeti coolers built for the wild. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Safari Club International Foundation, first for wildlife. And Hoff Power Auto and Outdoor Stores, over 50 years in Central Texas, and we couldn't have stuck around this long if we were steering you wrong. Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by Chupacabra Rub. Put it on meat, put it on veggies, put it on Texas. Swarovski Optique, see the unseen. Hart Rifle Barrels, unparalleled performance, handcrafted one at a time. Burger Bullets, shoot better, shoot burger. And John Burrell's High Adventure Company, the finest collection of big game hunting, wing shooting, and sport fishing destinations in the world.
Man, these big bulls are something else, and the place to go to kill a big bull, in my opinion, is New Mexico. Last year's hunt was great. It was a little tough. We were able to hunt 3 or 4 days, and we hunted a new area. We finally found an area that hadn't been touched, and we ended up killing a great bull last year. It was the culmination of a lot of hard work and Reno's hard scouting efforts, and boy, it was just that got me hooked. That was the point at which I knew I was an elk addict. I hunted with Reno out in New Mexico last year. We killed a good bull, so we booked another hunt this year. The terrain in the area that we're hunting in New Mexico is mostly junipers, pinyon pines, a lot of mountains, a lot of hills, but also a lot of grassy flats. And the elk tended to be feeding in the grassy flats and leaving those in the morning and headed back up to the higher bedding areas. Well, second morning, what's the plan today?
We're gonna go back down there and try to get on the group we was hunting yesterday morning.
But we heard the 2 good bulls.
Yeah.
So we go back, we get there way before daylight, we make a short hike in, we get to a good listening and vantage point, and we hear bulls bugling. And this time the bulls are on the private ground, so we decide we're gonna make a plan and try to cut these elk off on the way back to their bedding area.
If we're gonna go, we need to try to bring them around. But we'll try to get him to show himself right here on that ridge.
So Reno and I and Darren, we all make a big circle, try to get in front of the elk. We get within what we think is good hearing range, and we start calling. We get the bull and the cows turned around, and next thing you know, we got a really nice bull coming straight to us.
That screwed up side bull.
Boy, this is a big mature bull, and when he finally showed himself, that's what he was, a big mature bull. But it was a very exciting morning, but we decided to let this bull go. After this great encounter on the second morning, as we were leaving, we heard another bull.
Just wanting this groaner to do something. Yeah.
we need to get eyes on this one. Yeah, no.
And this bull had a real growl, which indicated an older bull according to Reno, so.
I see a bull moving up there on the bench, coming across. He's not a giant.
We made every effort to try to find him. I think he had basically gotten over the top of the mountain before we were able to get in position. We never actually saw him. We heard him a couple times, but Reno thought that this bull was worth another look that afternoon. So that was a pretty good bull this morning. If he'd had both sides, he'd have got the star on Brush Country Monsters. Well, second afternoon here. We had a bunch of action on the other side of this mountain this morning. We heard a bull over here growl several times, and we're going in there to try to locate him. And yeah, we're packing some extra stuff today. We're gonna take this Swarovski spotting scope in there and put it to use to try to find this bull bedded on this hillside. The second afternoon, we went back. We took a different approach. Came in when we thought we might see the growler, but we saw a few elk, but we just didn't see the growler. Hey, neither one of y'all got like a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich in your pack, do you? I just want to know where one's bedded. One 351 to 651. He's running down here. Here he comes. He's running him off. Look at him. Oh, he's running at him. That's so cool. Kind of a disappointment, but we had high anticipation of day 3.
Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by Big and J Long Range Attractants. The aroma is super strong, the range is super long. Borden Accuracy, makers of the Rimrock, Alpine, and Timberline custom actions. The G7 BR2 Ballistic Rangefinder, built for the first shot. Swagger, the bipod with moves. Revolution Safe Company, inspired by Pendleton, rotating gun management made simple. And New Breed Archery. No hype, just hunt.
Day 3, we're going to try the growler again. We come in on top, we're going to let the elk come to us.
Well, strike one. That's disappointing.
And we did a lot of riding, a lot of glassing, and we just didn't see many bulls. So the second afternoon and the third morning were kind of a wash. We saw very little elk. So we're into the third afternoon. We decided we're going to go back to the Pomo. 2 or 3 sets without seeing many elk. It was pretty tough. It was wearing on us, but we had 2 more days to get it done. Fourth morning, we got 2 whole days left, so we're not really panicking yet.
We can take a chance going over here on this big sage flat where he's seen all these elk coming up the other day. And he's seen a 380 this year and a 360 over in that direction.
Okay, let's go there. But we still can't go to the area where we saw the shooter bull, so we try a brand new area.
Oh, I see him.
Are they on where we can shoot?
I don't know about right where he's at. That's right on the edge or something. I can't see his tops good enough. I know he's just average back end.
Is he better than this bull here?
By far. He's a 325 somewhere in there.
We saw a couple of decent bulls, one nice bull that was probably around 300 inches. He got well within shooting range, but we decided to pass on him. Fourth afternoon comes around. There's an oil rig out there, and we start talking to Reno, and Reno had this idea, getting up in this oil rig. Out in this flat area, we saw a big bull out here about 2 days ago, and we've got, through the wireless, we've got a little bit of communication, so hopefully he'll spot something that we can make a move on. Don't fall. We'd never find this bull before dark if you fell and hurt yourself real bad. Where is he? From this peak in the middle?
Straight that way.
Is he in between the high peak and that peak?
He's about 3/4 of a mile straight. See that hump in the distance? between that hump and off this mountain, he's right in that saddle, if you will.
Okay.
Oh, I see him. Wait, no, that's a cow. It's a cow looking this way. I don't want to get caught because we're blazing off the sun.
We start into the wind making a stalk. When we get real close, we start glassing very carefully, and we finally find these cows and this bull bedded down. Today we're going to talk about Swarovski's new long-range hunter, the X5 and the X5i. We love this scope. It comes in two different power ranges, the 3 to 18 by 50 and the 5 to 25 by 56. Several different reticle options. The BCM team used this one all year. We kill some big animals. You'll see them on the shows. Seth, you used the 5 to 25 by 56 this year. Tell me what you thought about these scopes.
Allan, I fell in love with it, for sure. You know, Swarovski came out with the X5 and X5i in 2016. It was their introduction into the long-range market. It has a lot of unique features, including an exposed turret for windage and elevation, positive clicks for dialing,
Right.
a zero set option, as well as a sub-zero feature where you can pull up a collar and dial below zero when you're in different elevations.
Really unique, yes.
Couple all of that with the low light capabilities of the European glass that Swarovski is known for, it makes it a real contender in the long-range market.
That's the thing. You very rarely see any kind of long-range scope with these kind of capabilities that you don't lose some light transmission, and this scope's got it all. This is a hunting scope for the hunter, for long-range capabilities. So, you know, we kill some big animals with it this year. We can't wait for the BCM team to get out this coming year. I'll have one on my gun.
Absolutely.
So if you're interested in one, give us a call at McWhorter Custom Rifles, and that's your on-target tip of the week, brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles. Reno's got his mic on, and we can communicate with him a little bit. And finally, he gives us the word. He's got a really good bull bedded down.
How good is he? Good one? He looks pretty good. I think he's the best bull we've seen.
Okay. We can see this bull. We've all got eyes on him. He's 500 or 600 yards, but there's just not really a way to get a good shot at him. So we decide we're going to get a little closer. We get into about 400, and we're just trying to find an area where we can get high enough to get over these pinyon pines and get a good shot at this bull. So the bull's still laying there. His cows have gotten up by this time. They don't sense us, but they are up. I picked my equipment up, moved slightly down the hill, and got just a little bit better shooting lane. I get back on the bipod and the tripod, and by that time the bull stood up. And I'm right on him. If he takes 5 steps to the left, he's gone. We'd have to get back up on him again. So he finally turns and connects me with a broadside shot.
All right, get on.
So at the crack of the rifle, the elk kind of staggers and wobbles. He runs down behind a tree. I lose sight of him for a little bit. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. Then I see antlers flopping to the right side of this big pinyon pine, and our giant New Mexico bull is down on the ground. That 7 STW and the McWhorter and the Burger bullets have done their job.
Good deal, man.
So this is the best part. This is what feeds the addiction. We make our way through the pinyon pines and the junipers and all, and we get up on this magnificent elk.
Reno, look how wide he is. Yeah, he is. We're going to have to get a bigger truck. Good Lord.
New Mexico is the home of my new addiction, elk hunting. We've been with Reno and Tom at Black Mountain for 2 years in a row, and another great bull in a tough year. I mean, there was no water this year except for a few tanks, and the vegetation was just all burned up, and just a tough year to try to kill a giant elk, but we did it.
We found one. We've been getting our butts kicked, but we finally sniffed one out, huh?
Man, the McWhorter was ready for this, boy. I tell you what, we brought another STW with a board and action on a heart barrel with a X5, all of those, we were all ready to eat. And that 195 Burger, what a killing bullet. We got set up, and the bull got up, and had he walked over just a little bit, we could have got back on him, but we'd have missed that shot opportunity.
It'd probably been a foot race.
I got on the sticks again as quick as I could. The first time we were all on the rocks, and
the bad deal is the sun blazing on.
Oh,
you know,
Yeah.
Because if we had shadows, it'd be different.
Yeah, if
Or
he was
they
over
if
here
they
and we were
looking
there,
into the sun, we could have got away.
if he's
with murder.
bedded over here and we came up over that hump, we got stopped, and that's where I hit him right there.
Yep.
Looks like a double long, and he ran about 20 or 30 yards. And if anybody doesn't think those burgers are good hunting bullets, then 2 years in a row they've been wrong.
Boom, right down.
Man, what a bull, what a bull. I'll always be a whitetail junkie, but man, the overall experience of hunting these giant, majestic animals in North America is second to none. I mean, I'll never leave the whitetails alone. I think I'll never leave the elk alone now. I cannot wait till next year in New Mexico.
Now that's the way you start a new season. There's one thing about Allan Rovig. Not only can he build an awesome rifle, but he's gonna kill big whatever he's hunting. Until next week, always remember, keep God and family first.
Hey.